Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing a reading for the collective. Welcome, collective. So, since this is a reading where I'm tuning into general energies, I'm not tuning into one person's specific energies. So, take what resonates and leave the rest. If you would like a reading where I focus on your specific energies, then you are welcome to schedule a reading with me. The link is in the description box below. So, all right, collective. In the past, you were in the energy of the lovers, making a choice. A partnership. Something happened in a partnership in your past energy. It looks like you wanted justice, fairness, some truth and clarity about a connection. Feels like for a long time. Yes, okay. For a long time, you envisioned the person you were partnered with as someone who could, you could have fulfillment with. Love, friendship, building together. And what I'm getting is that you had this vision of what this would be like. It would be a 10 of Pentacles, building such a happy place, a happy home, a family, ultimate fulfillment. And it ends up that you had this vision of what it is that you wanted, and you thought that this person was also wanting the same thing, but they weren't on the same page. They didn't want that 10 of Pentacles. To achieve 10 of Pentacles, it feels like you would need cooperation, you would need love, you would need caring, and it feels like someone in this connection, quite possibly you, wanted 10 of Pentacles, this ultimate fulfillment, creating a family, maybe creating the family that you never, your family of origin, like wanting to create something that you didn't receive from your childhood. It feels like the person who you were with, connected to, they might have said that that's what they wanted, but really it feels like they were in a much more immature energy, that they didn't shift much from the energy when you met them. And I'm getting the feeling that when you met them, there was a, they might have been playing the field, kind of young and immature energy. And it doesn't feel like they really shifted their desires. They wanted to stay in that energy. They didn't want that commitment, even though they told you that that's what they wanted. And it feels like they gave you plenty of, their behavior allowed you to see that, but you were unwilling to see. You're so focused on that 10 of Pentacles. So in present time, you've got the Knight of Swords. Someone coming in quick, someone moving fast, someone You get an energy of truth. There's some energy. Oh, there's some truths coming in really quickly right now. These readings are timeless. However, right now is a new moon. There's something about the new moon, something that has been hidden. And I get the feeling as new moons come through, since this past relationship, you're seeing more and more clearly what was hidden to you, what you hid from yourself. You're getting a very different perspective about this past relationship, who you were in it, and who you were with. It feels completely different than maybe how you perceived it, even if this was a very, very long relationship, that you thought you saw it clearly while you were in it. Now that you are out of it, there are just truths coming in. It's like if you would have told yourself while you're still in this relationship that this is what the truth of the situation is, I don't feel that you would have believed it. You would have been like, no, I totally know what's going on. I got this all wrapped up. And now it's the blinders are off. The truth is coming out. The truth's coming. It feels like not only are you receiving clarity, but people around you, people around the person you were connected with, they're also seeing the truth of the situation. The more truths that you are willing to see and accept, the more truths are coming out. It's kind of having a snowball effect, is what it looks like. So a family pattern that you're working through right now, collective, is strength. Feel that the truths coming out right now also has to do with the strength that you have created, the strength that you have learned, as difficult and painful as this has been, to see the truth of the situation, the truth of the reality of what was really going on, the reality of who you really were in this connection, the reality of who they were in this connection. As you have processed this and healed from it, you are receiving a tremendous amount of inner strength. A family pattern. Oh, okay. A family pattern that might be going on is it feels like a power dynamic. When someone in your family is up and feeling good, then they kind of turn into a bit of a bully, and they might be feeling really good, but there's a grasping and a realization that it's not going to last that long. I feel really good, and even though they're feeling really good, they manifest from a dark place and bully others. So instead of using that high vibration and feeling good to practice appreciation, want to create more of what it is that makes them exciting, it feels like there's a family pattern of feeling really good, feeling really strong, and using that to put others in their place. Honestly, it feels like you have participated in both aspects, this aspect and also being the one pushed down. It looks like this is coming up right now as you are taking your power back, as you are seeing the truth and taking your power back in this situation. You are examining what true power is. And it's been coming up a lot in the readings, these kind of bully energy and power dynamics, and people examining how society, how their family has demonstrated what being successful, what being powerful is. As you are really becoming more and more empowered, then you realize that you want to empower others. You're not wanting to keep others down and struggle. I'm definitely seeing kind of a pyramid or kind of triangular structure that this belief is on, that only a few people can be up here at the apex in power, and most everybody else is down here. And instead, it feels like you're realizing that everybody can be empowered, that it levels the field. There's not a need to put others down in hopes that you can raise yourself up. Personal issue right now is Two of Cups. So it looks like right now you're looking at partnership, at reciprocity, the healing quality of being with people who are being honest, who are being equal. Ooh, 10 of Cups. So as you come clean and realize where you have deceived yourself and therefore created an opening for others to deceive you, the more you have kept secrets and not been completely open with others, not been open with yourself, then it created a space for a lot of deception and self-deception in partnership, in relationship. Now that you are coming clean and you are acknowledging this deception and self-deception, you're realizing that the truth of things, it is clearing up, it's clearing up the energy in your space so you can find what true love is. Feel like in this connection, you were like, I should be happy. Why am I not happy? And you might have been painted as the reason why you're not happy is, if you could only do things differently, you're too much, you're not enough. It kept you very busy trying to figure out what's going on. And now that you are letting that go, you're realizing who you want to be, that you don't want to live for someone else. You want to be the leading role of your own story. You want to be the most you can be. And in connections prior to this, you've had to give up who you are to fit into the connection, to fit into the job, to fit into the friendship. Maybe you didn't really even know who you really were. You thought you were being you, but the longer you continued in this pattern, the more you gave up who you really were, or you couldn't find it under all the storylines. And now you're ready. Now you're ready to create some space for harmony, alignment. It feels like instead of waiting for someone to come in so you can feel love and harmony and happiness and fulfillment, it feels like you are healing, finding that within yourself, and then someone coming in. So you're not needing someone else to provide this for you. You imbue love and friendship and caring. You imbue the things that you are wanting. And as you activate and anchor those feelings of love and care, taking care of yourself, healing, loving yourself right where you are, then you are creating this beautiful space for 3D world to reflect back to you this wonderful healing that you've done. So your conscience says the world. Your conscience, this card position is, if you could do anything without judgment, what would you do? This is the last card on the journey. And you would end a cycle. You would end this cycle, not just with this connection, but as a family pattern. You are ready to leave this cycle of power dynamics, of lying to yourself and being lied to, of not seeing things clearly, of you're ending the cycle, so many cycles, ending the cycle of shifting who you are to fit into a job, to fit into a relationship, to fit into a friendship, to fit into a family. Feels like you are so ready to just show up as yourself and that be enough. And for those who that's not enough for, okay. Yeah. End of a cycle. You're not all, that's so beautiful. You're not only have you made this journey through these difficulties and you're ready to end this, you've transformed who you are. I get this feeling like I wouldn't even recognize your energy a year ago. Definitely not 5 years ago, definitely not 10 years ago. Like, you have transformed so much. You've accepted what's happened in such a profound way. And you're choosing happiness. You're not assuming that happiness comes from this relationship, happiness comes from this person. You're like, I'm just going to be happy. Happy first, happy here. Your higher self is in the energy of the Fool. So this is the energy in the center of the spread here. And I definitely feel this. You're ending cycles, you've transformed, and you are ready. This is if the world is the last card on the journey, the Fool is the first card. You're starting a new cycle. You're starting in that beautiful sunshine energy. You've left so much behind that you're not carrying that much with you. got your dog at your side, and you just trust. Not only does this reading feel like a raise in consciousness, that you are becoming enlightened, becoming conscious, but I'm getting that this Fool card is the start of a hero's journey. Hero's journey is someone who is no longer trying to fit into a life, not trying to give up who they are to and sacrifice who they are to fit into society, to family, whatever it is. A hero's journey is someone who must examine their soul, who is called, who feels a calling that they have to answer, they have to find out who they are. You're ready to go on a hero's journey. Being you, trusting. I'm getting that as soon as you start trusting your intuition, as soon as you start taking action on it, no matter how in your previous life it would seem, you know, you can't walk away from this. You can't walk away from these people. You can't clear these people out. You can't do this. You can't. And I feel like the Fool, the hero starting out on the hero's journey, is saying, watch me. I can't explain what I'm doing. I just know that when I walk off this cliff that I'm going to be fine. There's something there. I trust. There's a spiritual strength, a spiritual purity in trusting. Wow, it feels very powerful. The journey feels like it's the journey to being more you. You're not following a path outside of you. You're following a path within. Going within to find, you know, who have I been? What do I want to do? What do I like? It feels like I'm curious to see what I can do with this. It looks very different than your life has been. Maybe creating a lot of space for things to show up very differently than they have in the past. Your challenge right now is Six of Cups. Your challenge is looking at the past, nostalgic. Oh, I get that your challenge right now is letting go of that Ten of Pentacles picture of what your family thought success was, what your society, the people around you view success as. You're still carrying some of that energy that excuse me, of what happiness looks like. It feels very different than what it actually is on the hero's journey, as than you working to try to fit into your life, to make you fit into something. So it feels like your challenge is to let that go. Ooh. All right, your desire right now is, boy, the Hanged Man has shown up twice now. Your desire is just to surrender, to let go. It feels like you're you're gaining so much trust. You really are ready for that full card, that stepping off the ledge, for trusting your intuition, trusting your guidance, surrendering, even if things don't seem like, if you were to tell the story of where you are right now, to others it might seem dire or desperate, or things not going your way, and yet it feels like there's this enlightenment, is the best way, consciousness, just trusting of the process, trusting of where you are, trusting that whatever arises is for your highest and greatest good. Boy, feels like I'm getting, some of you might be getting downloads in the middle of the night. I'm getting that might even be where, after, waking up in the middle of the night, having had some pause in your day to day. So in the middle of the night, and there's this opening of being able to see clear. There's something about clarity coming at night. So maybe that's just for some of you. The lesson right now, collective, is Six of Pentacles. The lesson right now is, I get from this reading that you give and give and give and give. You give to connections, you give to people. It feels like you are someone who feels more comfortable with giving than receiving. So there might be some balance. You might want to practice receiving. There's a balance. Also, I'm getting that balancing with your energy, there's things are good or things are bad. It feels like you can focus on one or the other, instead of just allowing you to feel the complexity of your energy and your emotions at any moment, that you don't have to spiritually bypass feeling difficult emotions, unwanted, maybe emotions, maybe painful. It feels like there's this balance that you're learning about. How can I hold space for all of who I am right now? Ooh, I'm getting that as a family pattern, when you felt weak was when you were bullied. And so there's this added fear of, instead of when you feel down, when things, your vibration might be lower and you could use some help or some support, it seems like that's when people come in as a family pattern, and maybe you've carried that on into the rest of your life. A fear of being down, because that's when people bully. That's when people see a weakness and come at you, instead of helping you, instead of coming to your aid. And so it feels like you're learning how to be okay with not being okay, with feeling, I'm feeling okay, a little of this, little of that, and that's okay, instead of like trying to repress or push away or avoid, just anything, so I'm not in a low vibration, so I'm not feeling sad, so I'm not feeling helpless or insecure, because that's when people bully. People can sense that from a mile away and come in and either take advantage of me or kind of wound. It feels like they sense the vulnerability and they come in and wound. Whew. Boy, that's quite the lesson of how can I make it myself safe and be okay with wherever I am. So the advice right now is 10 of Wands. It's time to put down your burdens. Again, end of a cycle, 10 of Wands. Something very, it feels like a lot of cycles are completing in such a profound way. And you are starting on this new journey for yourself. You're, yeah, soul searching. You're finding that inner wisdom, finding out who you are. And by holding on to burdensome relationships and connections and jobs and whatever it is that is not a fit for you, the more you sacrifice who you are. It feels like you're ready to look at things in such a very profound way, very different. Again, personal transformation. And the more you avoid being yourself, it's like the universe, it creates a space where you feel very stuck until you start being yourself, and still until you start, everybody's hero journey, everyone's different, so everyone's journey is going to look very unique and different. It feels like you've allowed others or put others into the position of the lead role in your story, instead of you being the lead role, the protagonist in your story, your own story. It feels like you've been in a very specific story, you've written a story. It has a lot of cycles that are very similar. And now you are closing those cycles down, and it doesn't feel like you're starting a new chapter. It feels like you're putting that book on the shelf and you're starting a brand new chapter. Or starting a brand new book. You're very different in this book as it starts out. Wow. All right. That's your reading. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. Take care. Bye.